no Max, I'm gonna be fighting Spike. E-King Fight News. Hey, no Max, Triple G has found his replacement for Canelo Alvarez. And guess who it is? It's Gary Spike O'Sullivan. E-King Fight News, guys. More on this real soon. Hey, E-King Fight News here. And Gary Spike O'Sullivan has agreed to fight Gennady Triple G Golovkin in what would be a consolation prize for Golovkin after Canelo Alvarez pulled out. I mean, when I say consolation prize, you know, it's not Gennady Golovkin beating a top 5 pound for pound guy. It's not Gennady Golovkin beating a top 5 middleweight. Absolutely not. This dude, Gary Spike O'Sullivan, I mean, this dude's a contender at best. He's a contender at best. He's coming off a knockout victory. Oddly enough, I believe he's an Eddie Hearn fighter. And somehow, Tom Loeffler found this guy to match up against Gennady Golovkin on a pay-per-view, guys. Are we being real here? Is K2 and Tom Loeffler expecting Hispanics, Latinos, Mexicanos to come out on Cinco de Mayo and watch Gennady Golovkin versus Spike O'Sullivan? Is he fucking kidding me? Somehow this shit might fly. Somehow we just might see Gennady Golovkin versus Gary Spike O'Sullivan pay-per-view main event on HBO. Man, there's another video I plan on making, and it's HBO going all in on Gennady Golovkin as their A-side superstar fighter. I mean, who's been more promoted by HBO than Gennady Golovkin? You guys tell me. I mean, the only other guy is Canelo Alvarez, and I don't even know if Canelo really has been promoted as much as HBO has pushed Triple G Golovkin. I mean, at the same time, you know, Golovkin's come a long way, you know, from fighting on HBO After Dark to regular HBO. He headlined his first pay-per-view against David Lemieux. That totally flopped. And, you know, Golovkin finally had the big fight against Canelo Alvarez. He didn't lose. I don't even know if that counts as a title defense. It shouldn't, but he did keep his titles. But it was a draw. So anyways, they're probably, you know what, this is just such a perfect scenario for Golovkin to really duck the real middleweights out there. Because what's Golovkin gonna do? Honestly, Triple G Golovkin is gonna fight this dude, Spike O'Sullivan. No one's gonna buy a fucking pay-per-view. He's gonna get 300,000 pay-per-view buys if he's lucky. And those are all gonna be Mexican fans that have bought into the hype train. That's who's gonna buy it. And of course the hardcore boxing, you know, fuck man. And you know, most of these hardcore boxing fans, me included, can't help themselves when it comes to buying a pay-per-view. Well, I can help myself, but some fans out here, they're too thirsty. And you know what? Shout out to them, because they do support boxing pay-per-view. I mean, there is a movement towards that, towards streaming, but you know, pay-per-view is still here, guys. I mean, Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez, that was the 3rd largest grossing gate in Las Vegas history. So that tells you something, right? Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez topped it topped all of the Oscar De La Hoya fights, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it did. So that says a lot about Triple G and Canelo Alvarez. You know, Triple G grateful to have that platform. And fortunately, you know, he came out on the better side of things. Most people thought he won. So perhaps Gennady Golovkin comes out of that draw a much bigger star than he was before. Will he be able to sell a pay-per-view against Spike O'Sullivan? Oh man, that is a fight where they're really setting Golovkin up to fail, man. Give him a better opponent. Give the man, you know, he can literally knock out this dude Spike O'Sullivan in 3 rounds. Then what happens? For a pay-per-view main event, I mean, yeah, it might be something worth watching, or it might be worth something that a lot of fans stream at the end of the day. So, I mean, what do you guys think about that? On paper, Sullivan has already signed his portion of the contract, so it's just up to Triple G if he's gonna sign and make the fight happen. You know, there's a lot of fighters stepping up, saying, you know, that they'll be ready for May 5th. Tom Loeffler K2 has chosen the path of least resistance, pretty much the easiest guy on the list. And he sounds like his hand picked as well. So E-King Fight News, let me know what you guys think about this situation. And will you be buying a pay-per-view when Gennady Golovkin faces Spike O'Sullivan if that fight comes to fruition? E-King Fight News, guys. Gosh.